Chapter 1. Warm Hands. You are listening at FameTV.info. I felt as if my head exploded that night, upon seeing her before me, the unimaginable beauty, the mythical red dragon that everyone has been searching for. In a faraway kingdom called Lalana laid a young phoenix princess by the name of Lilith Rose. She was a kind and beautiful young lady who was hardly seen by the people in the kingdom due to her parent/s rule. Lilith was an obedient 18-year-old who obeyed her parent/s every order. She was a little tall, slim with curvy edges which caught the eyes of most of the princes, but not one of them got her attention, but she was not interested. The girl had bright blue eyes, long golden hair, a fair complexion, and had very pink lips. Despite all of that beauty, the princess was quite different. People have been searching for the red dragon for centuries. It was said that she died a millennia ago, but that changed when she finally showed herself to protect a helpless princess with the powers of a phoenix, which was Lilith. She had no intention of finding the queen of all dragons and supernatural creatures, but the queen just appeared before her. Lilith never believed that the red dragon even existed, so she was shocked when she found out that the girl she saw was not a part of her imagination. Her parents were harsh with her sometimes, but they loved the princess a lot. They always placed their duties before their family. She was an only child and always alone. Most of her life Lilith was lonely. As a princess, she was always attending to her royal duties or reading books in the library, but there were two things that the young girl truly loved doing, and that was combat training and practicing to use her powers that she was born with for some unknown reason. The princess found out about it when she was a little girl just playing in the Valley of the Shimmering Flowers. Her hand just started glowing and the flowers around her started to bloom brightly as if her powers were giving them life. It was truly beautiful. At the time she did not say anything to her parents about it, for she knew they might want to use her to catch their so-called dragon, but after time went by they found out about it and her time outside of the palace was limited. The story of the princess and the dragon began when the young girl snuck out of her palace one night to see the fireworks that the people in the city displayed on the Day of Love. Lilith was excited to see the different colors, but her parents did not allow her, so she used the back entrance of the palace, which led to one of the highest mountains in the kingdom. There she would have a better view of the city. Lilith sat on the mountain top and gazed at the sky as the fireworks shined brightly as they went off, leaving a little bit of sparkle behind. She smiled and ate her apple. If only I could watch it with my parents, she said to herself with a frown. Lilith then stood up and looked at the moon as the breeze blew cold and the air had a lavender scent to it. She looked at the beauty of her kingdom, and while doing that, her feet slipped from the mountain. Due to that she hit her head on a rock, which caused her to start fainting as she was falling down the mountain. The princess then saw a young girl with wings appeared before her. Lilith/s eyes widened as the girl/s warm hands wrapped around her waist and her red wings flopped as she flew up in the air. As her eyes were closing she saw the girl smiling down at her. Her skin was white as milk, her eyes were glowing red, her lips were pink and shimmering, her face was slim, her hair was long and white and looked beautiful as it blew with the wind. It was as if the girl saw a true angel before her that night. "Who are you?" Lilith asked as the girl placed her on the soft grass just behind her palace. "Shush, rest now," the girl responded softly, then disappeared with the fog and the princess fell unconscious. After the celebration finished, a few of the guards found her on the ground. One of the guards saw she was bleeding. He lifted her up in his arms and took her to her parents. The king and queen got scared, then called the doctor. After taking care of her, they made sure that the guards locked the back entrance so that the girl cannot leave without their permission ever again. Little did they know Lilith was perfectly fine and was dreaming about the girl she saw earlier. After a peaceful night/best rest, the next morning when the girl woke up her head was aching so bad that she thought the girl she saw was just her imagination. Lilith got up and looked at herself in the mirror. "Weird, I thought I fell from the mountain. Must have been an imagination due to how hard I hit my head," she said to herself as she got into the bath. While taking a bath the girl heard someone humming in her room. She ignored it and continued to wash the soap off of her body. A little while after, she came out wrapped in her towel and went back into the room to get dressed. "Are you okay?" someone whispered, but when she turned around she saw no one, but one thing she did pick up on was the same lavender scent that was on the mountain top. Weird, she said to herself with a sigh. The girl then took off her towel and felt a warm hand passing on her back, every tiny hair on her body raised as she got scared. "Who is there?" she asked as her eyes started glowing, but yet there was silence. The princess then grabbed her clothes and went into the bathroom to change. About 20 minutes later, when she came back out, Lilith sat down on her couch and combed her hair into a bun when she suddenly felt a warm blush of the breeze on her neck. Listen to the full novel at FameTV.info, direct link in the description.